सहना ववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम अन्तर्ज्योतिर्बहिर्ज्योतिः प्रत्यग्ज्योतिः परात् परः ज्योतिर्ज्योतिः स्वयं ज्योतिः आत्मज्योतिः शिवोऽस्म्यहम्। Hari Om, salutations to all. Second day today, we observe this as the Govatsa Dvadashi or Vasubaras. Many places in our country, Deepavali celebrations begin from today, when the cow and the calf, the cows, bulls, calves, they are worshipped, because one description in our Purana says that when Samudra Manthan happened, the Kamadhenu came out from the Samudra Manthan, and the divine cow, the wish-fulfilling cow, and the Saptarishis, the cow was given to them. Why was the cow given to them? Because they will do yajna, yaga, through the ghee, through the milk, through the curd, buttermilk, everything that is obtained. They will worship the devatas also, and they will set the parampara in the world for people to follow of the divine worship. And also that the power of Kamadhenu to fulfill desires must be there in the hands of somebody whose minds are already controlled. Otherwise, one will do destructive things. So on this day, Kamadhenu, the divine cow, she is worshipped, and all the cows in Bharat, etc., Bharat especially, are supposed to be the descendants of Kamadhenu. Nandini is her daughter. And finally, Kamadhenu was also with Vasishtha Rishi. So, cow and the calves, they are worshipped today, and people generally don't take any milk product, wheat product today. Beautiful shlokas also are there of how the cow is worshipped, and why should one worship the cow? See, even from spiritual standpoint, the Sattva Guna is the most important aspect. Of the three gunas, Sattva Guna is the one which helps us to liberate ourselves. Rajoguna and Tamoguna bind us. They keep us more in body identification, attachments, in ignorance. Sattva Guna is the one which liberates. So in Maya, when there are three gunas, two gunas will bind, one guna liberates. Cow is the symbol of Sattva Guna. Calmness, peace, balance, compassion, giving, serving, sacrificing, all these are beautiful qualities of Sattva Guna. And the cow is symbolic of that. Now, if you see in our scriptures, it is said the cow is the sacred animal in whom all the devatas also reside, referring to specifically Kamadhenu, and then rest of the cows being descendants of that, we worship the cows. Devatas also reside in the cows, and beautifully it is said, Kshiro Dharnava Sambhute Sura Sura Namaskrite Sarvadeva Maye Matuhu Sarvadeva Maye Matar Grihanargyam Namostute. Kshiro Dharnava Sambhute. From the Samudra Manthan, this divine cow Kamadhenu emerged. Sura Sura Namaskrite. The suras, all worship the cow. Why? Sarvadeva Maye Mataha. All the divine qualities it has, All the devatas reside in her. Hence, one takes some water in a container and offers at the feet of the cow, offers chandan and tilak, some flowers, does the arati of the cow. See, one thinks that this is very primitive culture and all that. This is one of the most eco-friendly cultures, and we see divinity in everything. And in that, the cow provides livelihood to so many people. Our country also being an agriculturally predominant country, cows, bulls, calves have a very important role to play. And we see the divine in them. Then, beautifully, next shloka says, Sarva Deva Maye Devi, Sarva Devair Alankrite, Matar Mamabhilashitam, Safalam Kuru Nandini. This is specifically for Nandini, the daughter of Kamadhenu. That, oh Nandini, you are also very sacred. All the devatas resides in you. Sarva Deva Maye Devi, Matar Mama Abhilashitam. Whatever are our desires, please fulfill. So, the cows, see, we should remember the presiding deities of everything. It is not that the cow there, somebody says that how will the cow going to fulfill my desire? Cow is an animal. I am a human being. Human being is supposed to be superior and all that. The devata who is there, that devata gets pleased and fulfills the desire. Kamadhenu is a divine mother. She is not just any ordinary cow. And all devatas resides in Kamadhenu, in Nandini. And there are enough Puranic stories. Vishwamitra, as a king, Kaushika, he was tired, exhausted with his army. He was in the forest and he went to the ashram of Vashishta Rishi, and there Vashishta Rishi was able to feed all of them because he had this cow, Nandini. So Kaushik Rishi at that, Kaushik Raja at that time, he got very surprised that how come he is able to feed an entire army? Such a cow should be with me. And there was a huge fight between both of them. Kaushik Raja's pride was humbled. So there are many stories also connected with that. On this day, we worship the cow to inculcate Sattva Guna, to express our gratitude. Because cow as a animal has also many things to teach us, that how her whole life is producing more than what we consume, giving more than what we take. What Gurudev said, the cow is a symbol of that. Simple, tasteless grass the cow will take, but give us milk. The dung of the cow is used for disinfecting. The urine of the cow is used in various treatments. The cow gives birth to the bulls and the other cows. The skin of the cow also, when the cow dies, the skin of the cow is also used. Every aspect of the cow is for the service of humanity. Imagine if we live like that we are here to serve, we are here to give, take minimum, give maximum. That is the secret of all happiness. If human beings learn that, so many of our problems, confusions, they will just get destroyed. So this lamp of selflessness has to be lit in our hearts. The lamp of gratitude has to be lit in our hearts. And so this is Vasubaras. And today it is also said that the mothers keep a Nandini Vrat for the longevity of their children. Nandini is the daughter of Kamdhenu. So Nandini Vrat is kept, just like the Karka Chaturthi Vrat is done for the longevity of the spouse. Same way this Vrat is done for longevity of the children. And Vasu also means wealth. So Mother Lakshmi is also worshipped today through the cow. Remember, in the earlier days, cow or cattle was considered as the wealth. And so if we see, we worship Lakshmi each day in a different way in this Deepavali. We will see each day how it happens. So today she is worshipped through the cow. And so Vasu means wealth. And on the Baras, today is the 12th Tithi, so Vasu Baras. So this is the significance of this day. Now, what is the contemplation that we will do? See, cow also is what Bhagwan himself took avatar as Sri Krishna, and he served the cows, he tended to the cows, he used to take them in the morning. Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Geeta Amritaduhe Namaha. Bhagwan became the cowherd, and he used to take the cows early morning, take them for grazing into the forests. And Kadamba tree, he used to stand below that, play the flute. The cows would graze. Evening, he would bring them back. He would milk the cows also sometimes. Many things are associated with Bhagwan. And go also means our senses. Go is cow, and go also means our senses. So, who is the one who takes the senses out? Every morning when we wake up, our senses are out into the world, grazing into the world of objects. Bhagwan is quietly there in our heart, playing his flute. When we finish, we go back to sleep. Who enlivens these senses, makes them function, gives them the capacity to see, hear, taste, smell, touch, etc. And then he is the one who helps one to withdraw all the senses also and rest again next morning. So this process goes on. So when we worship the cow, just like the cow is sattvic, our senses must become sattvic. Our senses must become divinized. Then the senses will not trouble us. In a seeker's life, especially, what we see, hear, taste, smell, touch, and especially what we see and what we hear must be very auspicious, because they form our thoughts. And when we sit to contemplate, meditate on Bhagwan or on the self, what happens? Our mind wanders. It gets distracted, goes to some object, goes to some person, some memory, some incident, some hurt, some achievement. It keeps wandering in any of these. If the senses have been made sattvic, the mind will become single pointed, devotion will arise in the mind will be steady in contemplation. Wandering will reduce. It will even become nil. The mind will be fully absorbed in Bhagwan or in the Atma Tattva. And such a mind is compared to the mind of a yogi. So in the 6th chapter of the Gita, that's the Dhyana Yoga, beautiful two verses are there, 18th and 19th, where he says, Yada viniyatam chittam atmanyeva avatisthate nispraha sarva kamebhyaha yukta ityuchyate tada. When is a person called integrated? A yogi. Yukta means one who has aligned the body, mind, intellect. What makes it disintegrated is I know something, I feel something else, I act in some other way. If feeling, thinking, and acting, they get aligned and especially tuned up to the self, then that is called yogi, yukta. So here it is said that when this mind, chittam, atmanyeva avatisthate, when it has stopped grazing in the world outside and it remains with the self, atmanyeva avatisthate, the yogi's mind doesn't crave. One has purified the mind, one has brought it to a sattvic state, and one has understood that happiness of the mind is in being in sattva guna, and happiness of the self is in transcending sattva guna. And it is only through sattva we will go beyond sattva. So this yogi's mind has come into a highly sattvic state by what we just spoke, by the attributes of seva, giving, serving. and controlling the senses, seeing that the inputs that we take through the senses are sattvic. We don't just see anything and allow any inputs to go inside. That can disturb the mind, that can create excitement, that can create desires. So one has lived a sadhak's life, one is ensured that the senses are trained, the mind is purified, there is selflessness, there is sattva guna. Such a mind, when it contemplates on the self, atmanyeva avatisthate, then it will lose the finitude, it will lose the sense of ego, and nispraha sarva kamebhya. It drops all desires. Fulfillment of desire is one level, rising above desire is the highest level. So, Kamadhenu, when we worship, see, fulfillment of desires as we keep doing, it will fuel more desires. A seeker is one who sees that very clearly. And so, the real blessing from the Divine Mother Kamadhenu is not just to fulfill the desire, that is at one level prayer. The deeper level is help me to rise above all desires. Because the way to true happiness is only through desirelessness. And hence, this shloka here says, Nispraha sarva kamebhya. In the state of deep sleep, not a single desire we have, no objects we are aware of, we are not aware of the world, but we are so happy. That's why people go to sleep. Because at least there it makes them happy. Otherwise, in the day, there is so much of raga, dvesha, klesha, kalaha, all that goes on. In deep sleep, very happy. So, this is the state that one has to come to. Nispraha sarva kamebhya yukta ityuchyate tada. Then that person is called as a well integrated person. And how is the mind of that person? So, the mind of that person here it is said, Yada viniyat yatha dipo nivatastha nya ingate sopama smrita. Yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogam atmanaha. Here is the mind of that yogi like the flame without a flicker. Nivatastha, deepa nivatastha. See, the word nirvana comes from this nivata. Vata means breeze. Where there is no breeze, yesterday also we saw, the flame is steady flame. Otherwise the flame flickers. Continuously the flame will flicker. That's a fickle mind. And what makes the mind fickle? Our sense appetites, our desires. When that mind has been freed from those desires, when one knows that when I turn within, the quiet mind is a happy mind. It's not that fulfillment of desires is bringing happiness. Fulfillment of desires is reducing the agitations when the desire is fulfilled. So that mind is a happy mind which is quiet. One who has understood that, and through that quiet mind, it is not quietude of mind one is seeking. One is seeking peace of the self. Because quietude comes for some time, then it goes. It is important, no doubt, peace of mind, but peace of self is what we seek. And so a person has done this, the mind has become steady like the flame without the flicker. Nivatastha. So nirvana is the state of freedom from all desires. And if freedom from all desires is there, then is it a dull state? No, it is a state of bliss, of realization of the truth, Satchidanand. And so here he says, Yogino yata chittasya. This yogi who has controlled the mind practices this yoga, yunjato yogam atmanaha, is continuously contemplating on the self in a steady way and then gets absorbed in that self. So this is a beautiful analogy of the yogi whose mind is like the flame without a flicker. There are some people who also do this meditation of staring at a flame, a steady flame, and they will keep staring at it. Tratak, that is called. That gives certain concentration and certain sense of single pointedness. Because sometimes when we close our eyes, our mind wanders or we feel dizzy. Some people have some challenges that way also. So then how to become concentrated? So look at the tip of a flame. So eyes also which are wandering here and there, they will get trained. Mind will also get trained. Breathing also gets aligned. So that is one sadhana that one does. We will, in these sessions, we will not be doing that. I just mentioned because people do some sadhana like that. So today we will worship Bhagwan and then we will contemplate on the self. I'm just sharing the picture. So this picture of Bhagwan Krishna with the cow and there's a small calf there, symbolic of Kamdhenu and Nandini. Sit erect, the head, the neck, and the spine in a straight line. Close your eyes gently, relax the shoulders, have a pleasant smile on your face. These are most beautiful moments when we are with ourselves, when we are practicing the highest vocation, that is meditation. Let your hands be in your lap, palms facing the sky. Come to a comfortable posture without any strain in any part of the body. Invoke gratitude in your heart. Thank Bhagwan for all the blessings and the challenges that we have in life. Feel grateful to Bhagwan that we are born in such a glorious culture where we see the divine in everything, in everyone, in every being. Thank Bhagwan that we are born in Sanatana Dharma or we are following the Sanatana Dharma, the eternal values of love, compassion, service, giving, selflessness, In this beautiful culture, we must live every moment of our life and pass it on to the next generation. There are differences only at the superficial level. At the deepest level, all of us are one. So cherish this oneness. Feel grateful to Bhagavan that He alone manifests everywhere. May He give us this divine insight. Be aware that the self in us is the self in all. That is the state we have to realize. So the first step, the preparation and the posture. Second step is the auto-suggestion. Suggest to the mind that for the next 30 minutes I am steady and still without any movements. I am alert, awake and quiet. For the next 30 minutes I am only a seeker or a devotee. These are three attitudes to suggest to the mind with all your willpower. Third step, relaxation of the body. Slow, steady and deep breathing. As we say, inhale without any jerks. Take a deep breath. As we say, relax. Exhale slowly. Let your exhalation be longer and slower than your inhalation. Exhale all the air. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Continue to breathe at your own pace. Be aware of each and every breath that you take in and leave out. We are different from the body that we relaxed. We are different from the breath. We are the awareness, consciousness, aware of the breath, aware of the body. In the space between the two eyebrows or in your heart, visualize a circle of white light. Invoke the auspicious form of your Sadguru and bow down to the Sadguru. Seek the blessings of the Sadguru that we may contemplate steadily. If you don't have a Sadguru, pray to Bhagavan. In that same space between the eyebrows or in your heart, invoke the auspicious form of Bhagavan Vasudeva. Standing below the Kadamba Vriksha, Bhagwan has a beautiful golden crown with a peacock feather. He has black curly hair. There is a mark on his forehead. The symbol U is marked on his forehead. Beautiful lotus-like eyes filled with love and compassion for us. Gentle smile of inner bliss on his face. There are some kundals in his ears. Bhagwan has some necklaces around his neck. There's a beautiful flower garland. On his lips is a flute which he plays with his two hands. May we be like that empty flute, a divine instrument in his hands. There are ornaments on his hands, on his wrists. Bhagwan is infinite consciousness, depicted as blue color, wearing a yellow pitambar, yellow dhoti. He stands cross-legged. The left leg is straight, the right leg is crossed. Behind Bhagwan is a auspicious Kamadhenu. Nandini is next to Kamadhenu. This is the most auspicious form of Bhagwan Krishna. Let us invoke him through these two beautiful shlokas. Prapanna parijataya stotra vetraikapanaye jnanamudraya krishnaya Geetamritaduhe namaha. Vasudevasutam devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Satchidanandarupaya Vishvotpattyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. We prostrate to Bhagavan Krishna, who is Satchidananda Swarup, who is the cause of this entire universe, who removes all our afflictions. We also worship Mother Kamadhenu, Kshirodarnavasambhute, Surasuranamaskృతే, Sarvadevamaye Mataha, Grahanarghyam Namostute. Mentally, visualize that you are offering water at the feet of Divine Mother Kamadhenu, applying chandan and kumkum on her forehead, offering some flowers at her feet. Same way, visualize that you are offering this to Mother Nandini. Sarvadevamaye Devi, Sarvadevairalankrite, Matarmamabhilashitam, Safalam Kurunandini. May both Mother Kamadhenu and Mother Nandini bless us with fulfillment of desires, bless us with Sattva Guna, and help us to rise above desires. May Bhagavan Krishna help us to divinize our senses, so that the senses are in our control and we can realize our oneness with Bhagavan. Keeping the form of Bhagavan Krishna along with the Divine Mothers Kamadhenu and Nandini, let us chant his name. If you like, you can visualize that with every chant you are offering a tulsi at the feet of Bhagavan Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 Continue mentally. Today is the auspicious day of Bhagwan Hari, Bhagwan Vasudeva. Vasudeva is the one who resides in the hearts of all the beings. Vas means to stay. Vasudeva is the one who is in the hearts of all the beings. The very awareness because of which we are aware of the body, of the thoughts, of the feelings, of the things around us. That awareness is Vasudeva. I am that pure consciousness, Vasudeva. Pervading the entire universe. Not this finite entity. I am not this body. I am the pure consciousness, the Atman. Every moment in my heart, it expresses as Aham, I am. That I am is that pure consciousness. Let the mind be absorbed in that. If it wanders, bring it back to Aham, the feeling of I am. If you find that difficult, come back to chanting the mantra. Observe the mind and know that you are different from the mind. You are the awareness. That awareness is infinite in its nature. Just like a flame illumines whatever is in front of it, it does not get affected by it. The self is the flame in us, unaffected by what it illumines. Thoughts rise and fall in consciousness. They don't affect consciousness. Thoughts come, thoughts go. I am before the thoughts. I am during the thoughts. I am after the thoughts. That undying flame of awareness I am. May our mind be absorbed in that pure consciousness, like the mind of a yogi, which is like a flame without a flicker, free from desires, absorbed in the truth. Visualize that you are offering some flowers, some tulsi leaves at the feet of Bhagavan Krishna. Perform a pradakshina of Bhagavan. Come to prostrate in front of Bhagavan. Touch his feet with both your hands. Bow down your head at his feet. As you get up, feel that the hand of Bhagavan is on your head. And know that the grace of Bhagavan pervades your entire being. Repose the Lord back into your heart. We invoked him in our heart. We repose him back into the heart. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of your body. Be aware of the happenings around you. We pray for everyone's welfare. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरिः ओम् श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। Straight up your palms, place them on the face and open your eyes. Hari Om. Happy Vasubharas.